accident may damage the ambulance and may result in injury to you, your partner, or additional injury to the patient. The scene must be well marked. If law enforcement has not already done so, you should make sure the proper warning devices are placed at a sufficient distance from the scene. This will alert motorists coming from both directions that a crash has occurred. When you must work in a traffic lane, park a heavy vehicle, such as a fire engine if available, in a position that blocks traffic in the lane where you are working. Park the ambulance at a safe but convenient distance from the scene. Before attempting to access patients who are trapped in a vehicle, check the vehicle's stability. Then take any necessary measures to secure it. Do not rock or push on a vehicle to find out whether it will move. This can overturn the vehicle or send it crashing into a ditch. If you're uncertain about the safety of a crash scene, wait for appropriately trained personnel to arrive before approaching. When working at night, you must have plenty of light. Poor lighting increases the risk of injury to both you and the patient. It also results in poor emergency medical care. Wearing reflective emblems or clothing will help make you more visible at night and decrease your risk of injury. Scene hazards. In the course of your career as an EMT, you will be exposed to many hazards. Some situations will be life-threatening. In these cases, you must be properly protected, or you must take steps to avoid the hazard completely. Hazardous materials. Your safety is the most important consideration at a hazardous materials incident. On your arrival, you should look at the scene and try to read any labels placards and identification numbers from a distance, perhaps using binoculars. Placards are used on transportation vehicles and buildings, and labels are used on individual packages containing hazardous materials. The placards or labels are colored and diamond-shaped. You should never approach any object marked with a placard or label. Remember, some hazardous materials may not be properly marked. A specifically trained and equipped hazardous materials team will be called to the scene to handle disposal of materials and removal of patients. You should not begin caring for patients until they have been moved away from the scene and are decontaminated, or the scene is safe for you to enter. I get car sick really bad. I figured if I'm gonna get car sick, I might as well read my book. Okay. On the ambulance today. Okie dokie. The U.S. Department of Transportation DOT Emergency Response Guidebook is an important resource when dealing with a hazardous materials incident. It lists common hazardous materials, and the proper procedures for scene control and the emergency care of patients. Some state and local government agencies may also have information about hazardous materials commonly present in their areas. A copy of the guidebook and other information relevant to your area should be available in your unit or at the dispatch center. You can also download a copy at the U.S. DOT Pipeline and Hazardous Materials Safety Administration website. With these references, you should be able to begin proper emergency management as soon as the hazardous material is identified. Do not go into an area and risk exposure to yourself or your partner. Safety tips. There are all kinds of things that can injure you when you're caring for patients. Your best protection against being injured is to carefully size up the scene and constantly check for potential hazard. Don't be foolish and blindly rush in before conducting a proper assessment.